past coming into this
All right,
stage of the
we
tournament.
got Giants on defense. We got BBL on attack.
Seeding while the other is looking to qualify. No, this is
Let's
clear
see what
cut
goes
as
down.
can be. The stakes couldn't be higher for either of these teams. A year of competition.
The people that are just watching, wondering what on earth is going on, loser is done for the year, winner goes to champs.
They best put their best
It's the most simple game ever.
And we've seen plenty of power-ups throughout these last couple weeks. I'm looking at Ara coming into this game. He has had a phenomenal resurgence. Group stage was not kind to him. He had good games and bad games averaging out, but here,
oh, that KO nade is unbelievable, by the way. Can't get much better time than that.
The other two players already desperately low. Levin trying to take the charge, but he walks into flickless. This is a good start for GX.
Dude, very nice. If Ara's on a heater as well, this guy can take over maps. And that is something we've... honestly, we've only started seeing within the last 2 weeks. But his confidence is going up and up every time we watch him play. Also very strong with an op.
To be picked up. Westside needs to win this fight. Maybe over facing just a little bit in this pistol. And now with a path to the B site, there's an opportunity here for BBL.
Oh, nice shutdown by Cloud, though.
Yeah, they're hitting a lot of shots on this. And you gotta give it to Flickless. His KO nade timing was perfect.
But Sociable's got that share if he can be dangerous. He showed it on Sunset.
You like watermelon? I do. I don't like the taste, man. It's not for me.
1-0 for GX and another strong start for Ara, which is something
I don't like a lot of the melons.
As I said, he's a player that has had these. His ceiling is so high, but his floor seems so low throughout the group stage, and yet it seems like all we've seen is that ceiling here in playoffs, a man who is driven to make it to champions.
But that's sort of the fun thing about this matchup. I feel like he is up and down in games, and Levin is up and down.
It's overrated, yeah. That's how I feel. But I think anyone who doesn't like it's going to say that.
Might be a little bit more consistent, but we saw it in their prior match. He had some moments that you want to forget, and some that we'll never forget, just with how good individually he can be. Another that fits that bill is, of course, Sociable, but...
Okay, looking like
we'll have plenty.
They want to get double orbs on this one.
Throughout the
Be a bit of a
entirety
slow
of
one.
this series for now, it's a good early start for GX. And something we've highlighted throughout almost the entirety of stage 2 was the victories in pistols for BBL. I'd say over the last couple of days,
Scrambled eggs? Dude, I got put off from scrambled eggs, man. When you have like one of those bad watery hotel ones, oh my goodness, I can't get over that.
The winds have changed, certainly in effect. And now the result of that 1-0 for GX is obviously one pistol and a full buy against Classics.
Aghast, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Appreciate the 3 months.
These are the kind of rounds where maybe you're farming orbs, and then you're playing together as a unit, looking to just brute force into a site, use your numbers to your advantage. And well, the only thing is, towards this site, Corbino on the jump spot down below. It looks like he's
smoke in hand.
With Ara close by, but Ara has to play through a smoke.
Honestly, this is actually not too bad right now. Isolated one over towards the site. Flickless must be a little bit tempted. Ooh, no recon shooting. Oh my goodness.
Okay. This just got interesting. That's an outlaw.
Weird decision from Magnum. Throws away the gun. Really weird decision from Magnum on this one. Throws away the gun to Sociable, who is going around the world. Yeah, I think he's just got to be selfish there and just take that.
Yeah, they only had that one pistol, though, on GX, so quite a lot of
I
damage.
get the reload? Dude, I think the reload. I think you just try and accept it. Especially as Yampy's in a position where he can kind of just hold his own. That's strong reveal. It's a great replay as well. Aghast as well. Damn, dude. You just subbed a second ago as well. Dude, how do I say your second name? Aghast Tega?
GX happy not to lose the round, and now looking for
Aghast, either way, thank you so much for the 5 gifted, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry that slowed your name. I appreciate the support, mate.
5-0 start for Liquid. They didn't get much going on the attack for at least
bonus isn't too bad. Every time I see a Bucky, I know it's insanely doable. Over towards B main will be one-shot range.
Upgraded rifle now brought into play. This becomes quite scary. We've spoken that for most teams currently playing within the tournament, getting those attack rounds on Ascent, normally the more difficult.
That worked out pretty well.
But unlike
he didn't look onto the guy close.
Haven't gone in for the force buy in round 2, so where their first full buy came in round 4.
Yeah, and they feel like they're creating fake pressure, but actually.
To round number 3, so we do want to see that little bit of a show up.
Okay, and now the call has been made at 1 second, 1 minute even. Hopefully not 1 second, not Fnatic. Knife. Okay, so they want to what? Fake a split B back over towards an A?
Never answered for GX. So This
is
is somewhere that
little.
they should be losing the round. Like we
It's
said,
a
with the
little
damage
risky.
done in the previous, you've got Grubinho on
Okay,
a
that's
Bucky,
nice
you've
though.
got a Sheriff in play for Ara.
They
I
spot
mean,
them close.
really not a,
Yeah, and then we're
there
gonna
are a
fake
lot
the
of
B pressure and then
weaknesses
split
for
up
this
over
squad.
towards A.
Shot
Going
early as
late
well.
time against double
It
kill
wasn't
trip.
actually the Bucky that shoots the Prowler, it's the player behind. They're trying to bait them into that fight, but instead, they are going in the other direction. The weaker of the two, but the Cypher setup.
Double kill trip. Dude, double kill trip
Clouds
gets
up
broken
above
by
the smoke,
both.
very nice angle.
Oh no, he got hit by the knife, right? No, he didn't, dude. They got broken by both salvos.
Westside going down through the cage. That's a nice return for BBL. They've got the site.
They did a bit of homework here.
Should be found, and now retaking with the Bucky, retaking with the Sheriff. It's going to have its downsides. Seen the impact of a good reveal earlier, but there'll be none to be found as Cloud goes down. Ara closing the distance, but they're aware on BBL that all their opponents are towards this angle. The blind is perfect, though. Great work from Grubinho. Flickless onto Levin. Now they start to close the distance, but sociable!
It's actually a bit of a shame for Giants here. I think they did pretty good.
They need him to show up. It's
Yeah, I think Flickless was a great flash in this one. They were unlucky to actually, like, with the flash, not get anything.
For BBL, I think credit needs to be given to players like Flickless and like Grubinho.
No, Flickless is he's a beast, man.
As of recent, and the pop flash that goes through and then followed up by the paranoia, that made a round that should have been very clean and almost impossible into a winnable round if not for sociable. So you got to watch out for that when GX have the rifles, because there's a good chance that that round wouldn't have even been close.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of utility usage, obviously.
Okay, a lot of damage done on this one. 3 here. We got 5.
Most impressive to look at. Like I've been blown away with him pretty much from week 1, but it's a consistency thing as well. Like every game that he's played.
Does he throw it here to see if they TP'd into the corner? That's kind of cool.
Gotten better, not just in his util.
It only scans the corner.
Individually, we've seen this guy put up numbers. If you compare,
then you know for sure if they've TP'd past the smoke.
It's a very different story being told, and that utility usage, that support element hasn't gone anywhere. So definitely an extremely valuable player. I expect to see him next year, regardless of the results here, or if GX may get the champs, depending on how that goes.
Yeah, an early C's actually utilized by the attack, and I'm curious as
dude, it's so weird how BBL are perfectly calling out exactly where the trips are.
There wasn't anything to
Does Westside, is Westside a little predictable with his trips? They no joke. Yeah, like the salvos are literally exactly where his trips are. Oh, dude, I'm not sure he changed up his setups enough.
Still the reveal in play for Cloud. So
this is back-to-back rounds where the salvos are going exactly where his trips are.
In for Westside onto Levin, catches the push, and Cloud.
Big jewel over towards Saint. A great Omen flash. Damn, it was a great Omen flash. Omen flash went over towards lane and they didn't want to get shot by the guy over towards Saint, so they tucked in a little. Too much out in the open.
Very light sort of bonus round, but then they come right back in swinging, and even then.
Okay, I think we're starting to see the BBL want to hit where the Cypher is every single time. Trying to work out where he is at the beginning. And then I imagine his trips have been looking really consistent. They're trying to use the Teo to break it. Do that Omen flash, man.
It seems like there's a good chance that this one may go even more dominant if they can't start streaking together. Bear in mind as well, this
I did find it interesting that BBL pick Ascent. I think this is, personally from what I watched, this feels like Giants' best map.
Oh, that's a mistake from Yumpy. He's walked straight into Ara. Luckily, this isn't a full buy for BBL. There's weaknesses, so it's good to get those out of the way early, but Ara's showing that even against the low buy, which he knows, the opposition hasn't got money for rifles and shields. He's willing to play that little bit aggressive, that little bit confident, and that's again what I'm looking to see from this guy who has just heated up as playoffs continue. 6-4 start from the Duelist, a Blade Storm available.
Let's see how much money Giants can get from this one, because their money's still a little low.
To a round that BBL have made look a little competitive in the past.
Yeah, I can't imagine there's much. Sociable has his ult, but unless they get into a position where, you know, maybe if Levin gets a kill and they get a plant that gets him an ult.
BBL played this come to counter Vice Chamber, they did.
Even if you deal with some
and then they kind of just kept it going.
Try and get past Westside. Well, just speak his name and he appears. It almost
I mean, it's really nice from dude. I feel like Cloud Westside really got B on lock at the moment. Every time they need to get their ones, they are. I know it's an eco on this, but it's been consistent so far.
Starting to come online as well. I'm waiting to see if maybe once again there'll need to be an early BBL pause.
Dude,
I think it's
everyone's
still
scanned up.
very early doors, but coming out of this next buy round, that's where
come on, let's go,
things
boys.
do go awry. I'd expect to see it. You think about the previous purchase from BBL, and it was some individual whiffs. It was Flickless catching them off guard as the door was closing. Priorities.
It will
not
be
really being
6-1
checked.
down, though.
Yeah.
I like this from Giants. They're going up against a lot of
For the
ults.
next
They don't
half,
want to sit over
you have
towards
to
the
rely on
site and
BBL
just
still having that
get
ability.
wrecked.
We
So
saw
they
the
go
5-0
full
down,
passing,
battle
silent
back,
search over
7-5
towards
at the half.
middle.
Not in their favor, but still, they managed to
Look
put
at
up
the
enough
defense.
rounds.
They've already taken full middle control. Like, this
Damn,
is
it's
just
so
absurd.
nice from
They're
them.
getting boxed
The Giants
in
are great
immediately,
right
and
now.
Prophet tries to react, but he's not quick enough. The defense waited for them to have that buy and then went full aggro. BBL have been caught off guard, and well, this round's already looking over.
Yeah, about that pause. It could be the time for it coming up soon.
Gonna be
Power's
pausing.
confidence is just out of control right now. Not only that, he's not pushing solo, right? You said it was 3 players going down on mid, covering all their bases. They're looking like the better squad right now by far.
Ooh.
And BBL have to
Dude,
go back
everything's
to the drawing
great
board.
from
This is
Giants
their
at the
map pick,
moment.
and somewhere we've seen them show up. Somewhere
They're not
we've
messing
seen
about
them
on
be
this
slow
one.
to
This
start,
was
like
such a
we've been
nice
talking
call as
about.
well.
But now we're getting towards panic stations as GX
Now
make
you
this
kind of
one
force
look
them down to a
very
bit of an
clean.
eco, and it's like, do they
Yeah,
then
that's
want to
the
use the
problem.
ult in the
Normally when
eco?
you talk about
It's
GX
5-1
as well,
already.
That first map, I think Bear mentioned it on the desk, that it can be a bit of a warm-up. Like, okay, they start slow, map 2 and 3, they're really good. If they're blitzing in map 1, this is a terrifying prospect. And as you said, it's like sometimes maybe Ara can be a little bit slow. Sometimes West.
This team, dude, we both did.
Is performing for one
It
side.
never looked
And other than the
crazy.
singular round out of Sociable,
Never looked crazy
there's been
confident.
nothing. Now,
The
one
thing is, I would
BBL
also
does
say
have
Ara
coming
and
into this
Flickless were never
round
playing
is
this
5
level.
ultimates. Weaponry a bit weak, but there's still a chance.
Like, for
You also have
sure,
to think about
West
how we
Side
got here as well.
had been always
Oh, this is going to be a fast
been going a
play.
little bit crazy.
GX are looking to straight up push down the DRX.
Okay, I'm not
in
sure about
full
this
effect.
one.
Ara's going through.
From
Cloud
Giants,
goes flash. He
especially
just
when
got
we're
away. He
messing up
stepped
the
out too
timing on
early.
this.
Now they've got him boxed in the corner. In goes the util.
Yeah,
He's
it
being
feels a little
pressured
weird to
from
do
all
this against
sides. It
Nico.
will go down, but Flickless stepped out to battle alongside him. He'll even take Sociable.
It's a great kill
on the
from
top of
Flickless,
mid.
though.
The weaker weapons really showing their
Damn, he pops
weaknesses.
ult here.
As Flickless just
Damn, he pops
dominates
ult
the
here.
mid-fights. That is disgusting. He stepped
Well,
out to try to help
They end up
Aaron.
winning
Instead,
huge
he's
from
helped
it.
GX
Cloud
by
pops his
putting
ult,
the
makes it
six
a
on
little
the
bit
board.
easier for them, and
Weird thing was, I
they
think
get
in the middle of
Magnum's
all
ult.
that, Magnum tried to use his ult
Yeah,
just
they,
to
they definitely
a
got
little bit, and it
definitely
did
got a
make a
timeout,
difference. It doesn't seem like anything is making a difference. And we
Um,
now
Flickless
do see
did
that
so
pause, but
good.
I think you're kind of seeing what I was talking about when saying that maybe
Flickless
it's
is
the
the
time
reason
of
that
4-1 down, because
this is
you're
a one
calling a
round.
pause at 6-1 down. Like you're basically relying on, okay, now can we streak 5 rounds in a row, or at least like 3 or 4? And with how things have been going so far, well, GX just pushed mid 2 rounds in a row. Like I think they're about as confident as you can get.
I think you do have to look at it, and I think it's different for
Occultix,
every
thank
team.
you so much
but
for the
something
tier
I
1,
think
man.
GX are
Appreciate the
guilty
3
of is
months.
calling those
Thank you,
pauses
thank
too
you.
early, putting a stoppage to play, stopping your players from finding those solutions
Ara at the
themselves.
moment
And
is
I think
looking
a
like
big
one of
part
the better
being a
ones,
coach
yeah.
is not to smack
looks
that
really good
button
when they get an
the second
op.
You see that there's an issue.
I feel like
It's
their
to
win
arm your
percentage
players
when he
with
has
the
an op is
ability to
pretty
play
high.
out those first 5, 6, 7 rounds themselves.
The interesting thing is
problem
BBL
solve,
have kind
to
of
listen in. If you hear
already
something that's
shown
not
us that they
sounding right to you,
have
sure, you smack that button,
set
but usually
B
coaches like to
splits
leave
to
it
deal
those
with the
6 'cause
op,
you can structure
so
those.
I wonder
But
if they're
now
going
we
to
need
try
the
and do that.
adaptations. And at 6-1
I wonder how much
now,
research
BBL
Giant X have
desperately
done.
need those adaptations.
Every
That's
time
the
BBL go
problem,
up against an
I
op, they
worry
do
at
have
this
like
stage if it's already too
faster
late.
set
Just
stuff.
because the manner of the
They've
rounds
definitely
they've
shown the
lost,
B
other than the
split
one they
quite a
won
lot.
against a bonus, it has been so clean for GX. We'll have to wait and see if they have now
Let's
got
see.
the answers.
And I'm sure it's strange to listen to that and think, whoa, Tom, I mean, it's a 5-round
So
gap.
many
We
ults on
just
this
said
one.
they
There's
were
so much
5
to talk
rounds
about.
down in the last time they played this, and they won the map. So what's the problem?
They didn't win the map.
Oh, they didn't. It was 13-10 against them, and then
Yeah.
they came back. Yeah, you're right. So first of all, already an issue. But the other thing is, last time, and this makes this point even worse, the last time, those rounds were at least up for competition. Here,
Yeah,
it's
and
been
just
decimation.
fast set strat.
GX have been
That's
miles
what they like
ahead.
to do
After
against
this pause, we need to
ops.
see a return to form from BBL.
Dude, there's so
Our
many
finds
players from
trades
Giants
are
here.
good. Yumpy's back into the round, but there's so many more players here than I think they expect. Even taking down Westside, Flickless, who's been rock solid, is still here. This time he crumbles, and Cloud is left in a 1v2.
They go back to the basics.
Did,
Fast pace hit off the null command, but
I'm not even
Cloud,
sure.
I'll be
Giants
honest,
should have lost this
hasn't
round
had
as
that
well.
much to do so far, but
And that's just all
Always
Yampy
reliable.
aiming, really.
this crossfire, though, should be tough to break through. 2 players on opposite parts. Even going to try and bait the sounds, but ultimately they will have heard the reload. They know roughly where he's going to be. And as he rounds this corner, you'd expect Magnum to be ready and waiting on the other side.
Very, very nice. Okay, I mean, this wasn't convincing, though. This was kind of just Angels, to be honest. Have C9 ever qualified to an international? Yeah, they were at Champs 2021. They did the best out of all of the Americas teams. They got 7th to 8th,
flying under the radar. West side maybe swinging a little bit too early. Probably want to see him
7th to 8th or 5th to 6th, I can't remember.
He's trying to get involved with Rubinho, who they already knew was there. Flickless flies under the radar, and I think, honestly, a rare whiff from him. He puts a player low, doesn't manage to take it across the line, and from what we've seen so far this game,
we've tried to observe track swings on liquid on what count if he feels comfortable in the environment. Dude, I would always say that you don't. People are very different, man. So some are like easy to read, some not so much. And we only see like a small amount. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
That there would be a TP across the map from the likes of Grubinho, who does have his ultimate online, but
we only see like 10%.
After no reaction, BBL are going to fall back into
a lot of people just don't show emotions.
However, that's
or too much emotions in comparison to others.
Once more,
so it can be pretty hard to read.
I don't think in first duels he's even.
Dude, I think they literally just have to go fast once they get the ops out. I feel like even though they have initiator and they should probably have util for every single angle, it just. I mean, Giants have just been so proactive.
Surely, no, Prophet commits it. He's in. And now he's revealed. He's got the spike. The spams are coming through. The damage done leaves him on 13,
West side.
and it's the off to drop him. Meanwhile, Magnum and Sociable fall, and Yumpy.
Dude, Cloud and West side have B on lock. They really do.
A 1v5. GX
I'm not even sure if Giants should have lost a round yet, really, from what I'm seeing.
This has gone from bad
to worse
for BBL.
Yeah, the direct play, firstly, didn't pull anybody. Like, GX are playing so confidently in their setups that nobody decided to move. Then you lose Levin on a sort of wild jump into mid.
I think Sen will be fine against NRG. I think Sen will be so fine against NRG from what I've seen personally.
That trip is mostly meant for Levin. Like, you put that into position just to catch the jet as they dive in to click the switch. Instead of
it'd be cool if NRG won just purely to make us think that there's not just a big tier gap between like 1, then gap, then 2, then gap, then everyone else in Americas.
I think we gotta just
that would be nice.
Strategy of don't go B. West side is too powerful right now to be dealt with.
Because as much as loads of people from America used to give it in 2023 about EMEA being a one-team region,
9-2, got killed trying to hunt down the final weapon in wine. Looking the wrong way.
It is starting to look like that to an extent, but I will say that Sen can always hold their own. So it's always going to be a two-team region. But they definitely looks like a bit of a gap at the moment. G2 just wrecked them.
Match series champs point, and they failed, they faltered, they fell down here. GX are coming off the back of a hot streak in the lower bracket. They've looked like they were out of the competition for a couple of days, but they've kept themselves alive, and now they're within reaching distance of their goal. I think GX have got by far the most wind in their sails.
Yeah, they're simplifying it. They don't even want to take too much map control on this. So if you just wait the smokes to come back, get over towards site.
Now it's looking like your opponent's Ara in place once again. Flickless on that cross.
Damn. His team is looking stacked right now. Ara is so good with an ult.
Potentially the safe haven. You avoid West side.
Yeah, I think BBL got a little punished on this one. The Teo felt like it was for the Vice chamber, and they kind of kept it because it felt so good or was like working so well for them. They are getting completely wrecked.
I think they know where he is.
I also think this is Giants' best map, so... Holy, look what they're doing to him. Look at what they're doing to him.
I mean, if you thought BBL were feeling down before this, that's got to put them out. Disrespectful play, but he's earned it.
It's just Flickless causing them issues, and the more issues he causes them, the more space he makes for Ara. It is a gorgeous 1-2 punch on the way in, and well, yeah, as if it wasn't going bad enough, the disrespect of the knife at the end. 8-2.
Looking stressed over there. Looking very stressed. Okay, they go up against an op. They decide to go aggro to set strat again.
Into the next one. It's a much more direct take, but already Westside I spoke about what is the lesser of two evils. Right now, there isn't one.
Feels like they have
talking about A being
no success anywhere in the map.
B is Ara and Westside. It's about as bad as it can be. Avoiding Ara seems to be a difficulty. It's still Westside to pick up
Pow,
the
yeah, Pow called a timeout earlier.
3 players and traps on B, though. That leaves weaknesses on A, but they're choosing the wrong
spot. Coded at 6-1, I think. 5-1, 6-1.
Okay, an opportunity perhaps, but they'll still need to get by another player in Cloud and another in the form of Westside, who's got his second kill of the round. BBL, you know, they're a team that we look at as good in pistols, but also good in these force buys or in these light buys where they've just got sheriffs and a couple bits and pieces. It's certainly not been the flavor of the day here.
Okay.
Oh, 2 misses.
Ara showing he is mortal, but maybe in a round where it won't matter too much. They had pulled it back into a 2v2.
So good decision from Giants here.
For a long time, and Magnum has the
realized that they isolated one, so they wanted to just push. Make sure they can at least get the trade.
Sociable was the guy to win.
They were split up. You don't want them to get or be able to play together.
A lifeline, and he's got it just about
they're so nice right now. They're so nice.
Another scenario that goes the way of GX, 9-2 up. And even when there looked like a blip or two was there for GX, they still recover.
One more round to play for. BBL setting their goal at 3, not by choice. Great round from Rubinho, and I think this is across the board a stellar performance from GX. Even Cloud 4 and 5.
It was a great mid round though in the 2v2.
And those are all pretty damn
Whoever
high
took control
impact.
did great.
Those reveals that he sent from B to A single-handedly won them
fits
around
3.
in round number 2.
Double flash punish over towards them.
Success on the board.
Yeah, dude, they love making sure they can't actually take A main.
Looks like there will be a shift to the B site. They look once again to challenge Westside.
Spike dropped.
With Yampi faking out A, I like this.
For Grabinho as well. The story of leaving Koi, a team that finished 1-4 in the stage he played, to being a singular match away from champions might be one of the biggest follow-ups
the time is not. Camera's about to spot a fair amount.
Of course, as it was
2.
said on the desk, it's
Ball goes in, Omen flash dodged, Recon's incredible timing.
Finally, we're going to see the usage of that Armageddon to try and give them
2 kill trips as well, man. They're owning them, dudes. This B hold is just on lock. It really, really is. It is so... Dude, Cloud played a bit of a masterclass as well. I'm not even sure BBL should have got their 2 rounds.
On the line, but only 2 rounds on the board for BBL on their map pick. This is going to be a difficult second half, to say the least. We expect so much more from this team, and maybe we'll get to see it after the break.
Look, we could do this. The triple initiative, I mean, it's struggling a little bit. I think they covered up some of its weaknesses pretty early on with a lot of set stuff. Dude, it's actually crazy how much freedom Ara is getting though. Like, I think they had to just fall back onto their set stuff as soon as that op came in. It's like the only round a little closer. Why does he have a champs buddy? It's tournament client, so technically they can put that stuff on their guns, but I don't think they're meant to. Either that or they just leak the script. Yeah, what do you mean anti-prone? There's a rule saying they can't use it? Yeah, I think that's right, but honestly, people have been doing it all the time.
10 rounds on the board for GX. I mean, this squad, I've said it in almost every
Front's getting antied for sure, especially with the style they were playing.
Every step of the way this year, but I think this one takes the cake. I mean, double digits starting it out. This guy as well, he has blown my socks off. Regular stage, he was middling, average at best when you look at his stats. against Na'Vi, he was on fire, and he's brought that same energy here today to crush BBL's chances.
Do you know what it is? I heard that he was swapping mouse after every single match. Maybe he just picked the best one and just stuck
he was
with it.
swapping mouse after every single match.
Smart, man.
It was all the warm-up. Yeah, smart. But hey, it seems like whatever he settled on, maybe that's the one I'll be buying as well, because it's looking pretty good right
syndrome,
now.
that is.
Let us know. Keyboard 2. The movement's been pretty slick. Double digits. I mean, Nat said it yesterday. It's all a matter of a pistol.
That's madness, so you'd be surprised at how many people do that.
GX, if they're saying that, it's about closing out. They could very well put an end to this map, and a team that we've talked about in GX of being slow to start. Well, they are anything but here. No breaks. All gas and Profect down and out.
Look at the jet luck over towards middle. Do they crunch on site here?
But in the
At least Gravino does.
Gravino pounces.
Jet, this duel is the rounds.
The fight's awkward, it's labored, and that gives an opportunity back into the 2v2. Sociable.
Man, the Westside win that duel without taking any damage.
Get the plant in. An even scenario, but Sociable's given them a slight advantage.
Yumpy's so low, though. That door breaking open could spell the end for him, and I like this closer angle for Gravino. Smoke goes down, right click not good, but Westside is.
HP.
Guy's a menace when it comes to headshots, but only a
really nice from Westside, man. Westside was solid here. He won such an important duel over towards site as well. They're making this one look easy, by the way. Easy.
They might have to take a force buy.
Yeah, it's the whatever the lesser of evils here is at this stage. We have moments like this before. I remember, I think it was last stage, or maybe even kickoff, they picked this map versus Liquid. They went 0-12 with this exact composition, playing on the attack. That's always sort of been the burden for BBL, is you want to play
BBL going for that RQ run. Yeah, it's a little similar. I will say RQ put up a little bit more of a fight on their first map.
We are seeing the same evil.
Like this has been this looks like a skill diff right here.
Of course, we're going to talk about then a best of 5. Sure, you can lose map 1. Maybe it doesn't matter too much, but after being so close yesterday, tasting defeat, and then having to reset, I'll be honest, they have not reset. And GX, well, that momentum is definitely still going strong.
Yeah, GX haven't reset either, right? They're bringing that same energy, that same momentum, if anything, building on it throughout this lower bracket run.
We'll just say, in case you haven't noticed, BBL full spy into this one.
VCT champion since 2023. They've been missing from that international scene, from the big one. But maybe not for too much longer, certainly if they keep playing like this. And again, you look at the facets they have, every player seems to be one of the best in their category. Flickless.
They handle this so well, man.
A double opening.
They look so good on this map.
He finds those picks with ease, and BBL, you know, this isn't a full eco. Look at the credits. They're on 0
Achilles,
for most,
mate.
in
How we
fact,
done?
50 credits between the 5 of them. They put everything
Achilles, you casting any of the Pacific
BBL
stuff?
coming up with nothing.
GX looking to end this one quickly, and honestly, for BBL, that might be a blessing. Give them a chance to reset and hopefully come back to the next
there's only one day
right
left.
now, there's only been one team in this server. It is GX that have been making that lower bracket run. Of course, both teams sent
You're on the
there by
finals tomorrow?
Liquid.
Nice, dude.
GX just went there a little bit earlier, and well, dare I say it, that is another in-zone flawless. A force buy-in, and you don't get a single kill. Wrap this one up.
10 in a row off the low buy. Yeah, this is I've seen many a comeback in my time, but this is not one that I expect to remember for too much longer. For GX, man, it really is surprising. They come into this year, and I wasn't willing to give them. Yeah, that's a feeling I think we can all relate to. For GX, you know, I thought this is a team that I wouldn't be giving
10 chances
in this year, and I haven't. Because redemption isn't given, it is earned. And they, throughout this season, they have earned their redemption. They've earned our respect. And now, they're looking to earn a spot in the grand finals, a seat in champions. This map,
dude, they absolutely stomped them. Again, I'm not even sure BBL should have had their 2 rounds, so the Giants to look like this is very impressive.
It's time to start thinking about Sunset.
Yeah, last man standing, Sociable.
They might try knife him here. Look at where everyone is. Dude, these guys on short. I see a couple of them with their knife out here, man. There's not much we can say, man. They stomped him. It was really impressive, to be fair. Everyone looked very good. Westside and Clouds locking down B all the time. Ara looked like a beast. Flick, his util was great.